Hey guys, let's do a really quick little 10-minute flow, shall we? So I'm going to come down onto our mat, start off in all fours position. Hands, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees roughly underneath the hips. When we're here, we're going to just do some small postural realignment. Usually our postural imbalances will be present here. So I'm going to focus on the rib cage. Imagine that the left rib cage and the right rib cage is knitting together and pulling back towards the spine. Knitting together and pulling back towards the spine. So I'm pulling the ribs up. That's what fills in the low back. I'm going to pull my neck back. Pull the throat up. Slightly tuck the chin in, but think pulling the throat up. And then energetically, so that means without moving the hands, we're going to pull them back towards the knees. You might feel that secures the shoulder blades on the back of the ribs. If you're shaking in this position, congratulate yourself. That means the energetic line throughout the body is complete. Shaking is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of connected energy transfer. If you can't feel it, just play around. Meet yourself where you are. There's nowhere else to be. Play around with pulling the neck back, pulling the ribs in, knitting them together, and pulling the shoulder blades down the back of the ribs by getting that feeling that you almost want to try and pull the mat back towards the knees without moving your hands. From here, we're going to go into our cat-cow, so pulling the belly button down towards the floor, pulling the shoulder blades down the back of the ribs so the chest can come through the arms. Exhaling, rounding through the spine, pushing the earth away. And from this place, can you give yourself permission to shut the eyes? Send the breath into the belly. Feel like this three-dimensional circular breath in all directions. With your full inhale, does it help you highlight where you're holding tension? Can you move in response to the tension or sensations that your inhales illuminate to you? Respond to the body with movement. Try and get out of the mind. Try and release how it looks. And exhale fully. Exhales are the portals of release. Anything that's ready will be supported in walking itself home on the exhale. Nothing to force, just holding space with your breath. If you get overwhelmed by choice or you're struggling to connect to the sensations in your body, just slow the movement down and breathe deep. Breathe fully. Release your exhales fully. Last 3 breaths here. Making sure these ones are nice and full. Maybe making an audible sound or sigh if you feel comfortable. Opening up the throat. And letting it pour from you. Beautiful. Slowly tucking the toes. We're going to lift the knees, hovering them just a couple of inches. So pull those ribs in again, pull the neck back, push through the hands, pick up the knees. And then I'm just going to send my bum really, really high, coming into a downward facing dog. Maybe the hands walk forward, depending on the length you want your downward dog to be. What I don't feel the need to do is straighten the legs. See what happens to the spine. My heels don't reach the floor comfortably in this position. It compromises the comfort and the benefit of the asana for me. So I bend the knees, send the tailbone towards the sky, and wrap the biceps towards each other to keep the chest lifted. From here, I'm pulling the ribs in. Maybe I twist the hips. Maybe you send both heels to one side and crouch. Beautiful twists into the side of the ribs. Taking any form of movement that your body feels called to do, or just being in stillness, and using the breath to explore and massage the inner body. Maybe you flip the feet in this position, coming onto the toes of one foot and just pushing through the top of the feet. The top of the feet have so much tension. The bigger the feeling in the body, the bigger the breath. If you're doing that, take it over onto the other side. Eventually, there might be the openness in the top of the feet for you to take a downward dog on your toes. Start pushing through the big toe of the right foot. Can you feel how that starts to wake the glute up, the back line of the leg? At the same time, I'm going to focus on the left glute and think the left glute is going to be what picks up my left leg. So I'm really sending that foot towards the back of the room without arching through the spine or tilting the hip. Taking a big breath in. On an exhale, my knee can go towards the elbow, curving through the spine. That helps me carry the knee forward. And my ankle can go over towards the opposite wrist. We're coming into a pigeon pose. My back knee comes down. I untuck the toes. And I can choose out of a couple of variations in this position. Happy pigeon, where I'm pushing through the front shin. I'm squeezing the glutes together, pulling those ribs in. And I'm breathing into the front of that hip. Or we might be a sleepy pigeon, walking the hands down to the mat and allowing ourselves to passively fall over that front thigh. This position can be very intense. Do not allow stillness to cause you to create or hold on to more tension. Add some movement. We're trying to find a position here that we can continue to soften into. Maybe you stack the hands like potatoes and rest the forehead on it. So completely relax the back of the neck. And you just send your breath into the place where you're having the biggest experience. Do a little scan of the face, seeing if the forehead wants to soften, if the eyebrows and the eyelids can be lighter, and check in with the jaw. Is there anything it's ready to let go of? Not forcing, just asking, observing, and holding the space with the breath to give it the opportunity if it was ready. Another surrendered position here is to have the elbows underneath the shoulders and turn the wrists up, relaxing the neck. Beautiful, last 3 breaths here. Are you holding on to your breath? Is there anything in your portal of release that we are holding on to? Allow your exhales to fully pour from you. Walking the hands back up towards the knees if we're in a sleepy pigeon. If we're in a happy pigeon, bringing the hands to the mat. Tucking the back toes, we're going to pick up that back knee, pull the ribs in, push through the hands and the front shin, and that enables me to help pick up my knee and step back for downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. Allowing vibration and sound to be made by the throat if you feel comfortable. Sighs of relief are so beneficial. I recommend practicing them. Okay, coming to stillness, starting to push through the left big toe, feeling the connection between the big toes and the biggest muscle that we've got. With the right glute, I'm going to lift the right leg. Just thinking, sending it straight up behind me, to the wall, rather than to the side of the room. Big breath in on an exhale, drawing the knee in towards the chest, round the spine. That will help you carry the knee forward. Knee to elbow, ankle to opposite wrist, shin meets the mat. Here, I just shuffle my position until it feels comfortable. So I shuffle my knee back, I untuck my toes, and I choose my variation on this side. Happy or sleepy pigeon. Neither is better. Neither is superior. The question is, what honors me most right now? For me, I want my neck supported. And the biggest sensation I can feel here is down that sciatic nerve. So I breathe into that sensation. Scanning the face. Just an opportunity to soften the forehead. The eyebrows and the eyelids. And check in with the jaw. Remembering that any variation of pigeon you've chosen, you have your own permission to change it throughout the duration that we stay in this pose. Just as you have your permission, your own permission, to change, edit any yoga class. We don't need to commit to anything that no longer feels good or right for us, in class, on the mat, or in life. But it's a good space to practice when you're on the mat. Tuck the back toes, coming back into our downward facing dog. Pushing through the hands, picking up that front knee, stepping back into your downward facing dog. We're going to look between the hands and we're going to walk or jump the feet forward. So if you want to jump, bend the knees, look between the hands and just trust yourself. If you want to walk, just slowly step the feet forward, keep the heels elevated and come up onto the fingertips when you need to bring the heels down. So we can keep space in the spine. Pointing the toes towards the corner of the mat, we're going to go into a yogi squat. So if you have a block or something to support you, please use it. If you struggle to ask or receive support in life, always use the props in yoga. Practice. Just receiving unconditionally. You deserve it. Dropping down the hips, I'm going to bring the elbows on the inside of the knees and draw the shoulder blades together. So you can see my spine is slightly rounded in this position. When I use a block, I can sit and my spine is nice and long. So there's a benefit, genuine benefit to using that block for the alignment I feel and the energetic breath I can bring up. From this position, bringing the bum down to the mat, slowly, slowly coming down into a lying position. Hands come over the top of the hips. Maybe one hand comes just underneath the breastbone. Maybe one hand on the belly. Just start to notice where your breath is originating from. Is it in the upper body or the lower body? Using the hands as physical feedback. From here, moving into any comfortable position for your relaxation, knowing that lying down on your back with your eyes shut is one option, and there are also many more. So enjoy the openness of the question, how would I be most comfortable right now? For example, for me, sometimes it looks like this. Sometimes I like to lie on my belly. Do not skip this step. My voice will stop, but honor this time. Be with your breath, be with your body, and allow for this subtle integration of your practice.